I'm Phil from Variphy. I'm the director of marketing at Variphy. We have Lee Health with us today for a customer success story. So, Jim Sweden, what is your role at Lee Health?
I'm the senior network engineer, so everything that's on premise, call manager, Unity, the whole Cisco environment, anything on prem is falls under me.
So, at Lee Health, how large is your deployment?
We have roughly 22,000 devices on the network.
And do you have any in the call center? Do you have any cube, or is it mostly call manager?
Yeah, so we actually have on-prem call manager that 95% of our folks use, and
Yeah.
we use WebEx Contact Center for our contact centers, and we have a different group that manages that.
And just real quick, how did you hear about us at Verify? Have you used Verify in the past, or how did you find out about us?
So I worked for a reseller for 22 years before coming to Lee 3 years ago, and that was our product of choice. Although I had never actually worked with it, that was the product that my company sold. So I was familiar at least with it, what it did and everything. And then we had two of our other engineers that had used this at a previous engagement, previous employment, and they were saying, "No, this is really a good product." So they were very influential in getting this moving forward.
So at Lee Health, what do you think prompted, a need for a solution like us, Verify? What problems did you need to solve? What were some of the challenges?
Our CDR that we use to verify as our on-prem stuff. We don't have any compliance issues or anything that we have to be. It's just we want the data to go back and be able to look at it. So it's one of those things that, for the most part, we don't look at it that often.
Yeah.
So when you use an application infrequently, you don't get the opportunity to become an expert at it. And the product that we were using was very kind of really needed to understand report writing and be kind of more on that user end of report writing than us engineers, right? So Verify was so much easier to use. Just the interface, it uses the same naming structures and stuff we've got set up in Call Manager, and it just makes it a lot easier for us. Having used the same terminology and everything to be able to easily transition into doing something like that. And it was just the demos we showed were, it looked a lot more user friendly, but once we actually got it on prem and started using it, we were pretty much astonished at how easy it was for us to get through and write the reports we needed. We did a POC, and we wanted to be able to have the data in there too before we actually went live. So we kind of did a POC that kind of bumped up right to our go live date. So we started really dumping the data in there, just making sure we had all the 2 months worth of data we wanted in there when we went live. And it became so much easier to use, and we were shown so many of the features and stuff that we started actually using it as much as we could, even in that POC. Just like, wow, you can go right in here and do it. And today I still couldn't tell you how to do it the other product. It's just not, something you click and run with. So the Verify has been very easy for us in that matter.
We really would like our, prospects and people to do the POC so they can see Verify with their own data and they can start towards and running reports in their own data. It's really more impactful when you do that.
I believe that closed the deal because I was able to send out some of the read-only dashboards to my boss so he could see the dashboard data and do whatever, but couldn't change anything about it, but he could just look at it, and showing him what kind of traffic we had on our cubes and things like that. And he was absolutely blown away with it. Yeah.
Awesome. That's really good to hear. How was the deployment process with us?
Yeah, that was really the cool part because the POC, all we had to do was get a permanent license for everything we had worked on to just still be active. And we were already sending our CDR out to the server and everything. We already had 2 months worth of data. We had already been playing with it and everything. So June 30th was the end of our contract with our other product. And as soon as it stopped, no one even knew. We had already rewritten the reports and, that are there, and we basically had everything fully moved over to Verify before that date, and it just turned off the SFTP to the old service and kept right on trucking.
What aspects influenced your decision to choose us?
Just more, easy use was hands down the biggest thing because it just, it's not something we're in there all the time.
Yep.
We got to be able to get and know what we're looking for. It's just well laid out. It had the the additional non-CDR features like the DN management and and we're still working on deploying VM management and the phone control. But
Yep.
just having those things as well, it's not just CDR application. And I think it's been just wonderful having the having the dashboards that we can send out to our management loves dashboard. So do a
Hmm.
lot of our non-technical folks. So to be able to send them a dashboard that's read only and it's meaningful data, it's huge.
Do you have a feel, or can you describe any immediate benefits or impacts we've made on your organization so far?
Yeah, it makes us much more efficient and confident we can find what we're looking for now. Since, even before we were live and we were still on our POC, we were intentionally using Verify to learn how to use it and to be able to go in 5 minutes and have them a report. With this, we feel very confident.
As far as support, how would you rate the support you receive from Verify?
Well, the support I've gotten so far, just getting everything deployed and has been absolutely awesome.
So, what would you recommend about us, Verify, to your colleagues, your peers?
That I think that you guys have a lot of value because you're not just a CDR. Like I say, I mean, for CDR, it's fantastic, but because you have the other applications that come along with it, I think that makes it a better value than just looking at a CDR application. We had looked previously at another remote control option, but if we can get that built into one subscription and not have to deal with two different vendors, just made a lot more sense to us. We're still in that learning phase and building out a whole bunch of dashboards and reports and kind of understanding what we can do with our data now because we just really hadn't had access to it like we do now.
Wanted to thank you for your time. Very insightful, very helpful feedback for us. And if there, is there any other questions?
No, just for us, it's been a great experience. One of the things I expressed to Kylie early on when we first met her was the fact that we're always strapped for resources, and getting this thing off the ground and being able to use it actually freed up time that we had. So it's just a great fit for us.